So, some of the events that happened over the last month, of course, we were host to the lacrosse for the North American Indigenous Games, and that took place from July 16th to 23rd. We also attended and I spoke at the opening ceremonies of NAIG, which was held at the Aviva Center on July 16th. And we were host to the very first girls lacrosse team for Indigenous Games. That was held at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on July 17th. And Minister Eleanor McMahon, who is the Minister of Tourism, Sport and Culture, was there to take part in that. On the 18th, I did a radio on Sirius TV on the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Inquiry. And on the 19th, we had the Political Confederacy from the Chiefs of Ontario hold a meeting here at Six Nations. On the 21st, the Red Barn had their closing day for this year's session. And later that day, we had Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Dowdeswell here to attend the girls' bronze lacrosse game at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena and to present the medals. And all the lacrosse gold medal games were held at the ILA on the July 21st. So congratulations go out to Team Ontario boys under 16 and under 19 who won gold, and the Team Ontario girls who won silver. We attended as well the closing ceremonies of the Indigenous Games, which were held in Toronto on July 22nd. And of course, we had a highly successful Grand River Champion of Champions powwow here on July 22nd and the 23rd. And the two-row on the Grand took part paddling down the Grand from the July 21st to the 27th. And on the 24th, we had the opening ceremonies of the World Indigenous Peoples Conference on Education here at Chiefswood Park. And then the conference continued in Toronto for the rest of the week. As I mentioned, we did attend the Assembly of First Nations in Regina from July 25th to 27th. And on August 1st, I took part in a Chiefs of Ontario Political Confederacy meeting with Premier Kathleen Wynne. This was a regular meeting as per the political accord to follow up on a number of issues that we are dealing with the province with. On August 2nd, I also attended a planning meeting with the Chiefs Committee on Wealth Creation as we're planning the second Ontario Economic Summit, which will take place in October in Toronto. And on the 3rd, I did a radio interview with 92.9 in Caledonia about the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Inquiry. And on August 9th, myself and Councillors Bob Johnson, Carl Hale, Terry General, Lonnie Bombry, and Phil Montour attended a meeting with the City of Brantford and the County of Brant to start talking about accommodation for Six Nations with respect to the boundary agreement that they signed. And on August 9th, I attended Hockey Night in Brantford at Phil McColeman's invitation. This was a fundraising event. And on August 10th, we were happy to welcome the Minister of Community Social Services for Ontario, Helena Jasik, who visited our community. So some of the upcoming events, spending some time in Ottawa on August 14th, there was a meeting with federal and provincial ministers on child welfare. Also taking part in the Association of Municipalities annual conference in Ottawa on August 14th and 15th. And on August 16th, I was joining Mayor Ken Hewitt from Haldimand County in a meeting with Minister Bob Chiarelli, the Minister of Infrastructure, and we're talking to them about possible funding to get a water line from Hagersville to Caledonia on Highway 6, and then to get connections into Six Nations from that trunk of line. I also had lunch and a meeting with the Ambassador of Ecuador. We want to talk about trade, cultural exchanges, students exchanges. And on August 18th, representatives of the YMCA in Toronto are going to be visiting Six Nations. And on August 20th and 21st, Councillor Ray Miracle, Jan Burning, and myself will be attending the Northern Border Crossing Summit, which is being held in Shukpay, Minnesota. And on August 23rd, I'll attend the federal government's working group on the review of federal laws and policies, which is being held in Ottawa. And on the 25th, we have the 25th anniversary of GRADE, so everyone is invited to come over at 11 that morning to celebrate the anniversary. On August 29th and 30th is the Iroquois Caucus in Tyendinaga. And September 5th and 6th, the Chiefs of Ontario will be holding their own retreat on the review of federal laws and policies. And don't forget our fall fair coming up. Our 150th fair is going to kick off with a big concert on September 7th, Kids Day and other events on the 8th, and then of course there's going to be harness racing on the 9th and the 10th. And I just want to thank all the community members who have stepped up to try and revive our fair for this year. Lastly, congratulations to all of the athletes who participated in the North American Indigenous Games. Congratulations as well to the Pee Wee 2 lacrosse team who won gold at the provincials. And good luck to those teams, Arrows, Rivermen, and Chiefs, who are all still in the playoffs. Congratulations as well to the Haudenosaunee women's lacrosse team who traveled to the United Kingdom on Haudenosaunee passports to participate in the Women's World Lacrosse Tournament. I understand that they finished 11th out of 25 teams, which is good work. Good work, girls, and special thanks to Kathy Smith and Tia Schindler and their persistence in getting the girls there. And I want to also thank our community for really coming together to host the thousands of visitors to our community who were here for NAIG, the powwow, and the World Conference on Indigenous Peoples Education. We all did a wonderful job, and I'm very proud of our community. Nyawa.